Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday's Eve. How's everyone going? Welcome to Travel Talk Live, another edition. I'm back like I never left. I'm Tabitha, owner and founder of the Travel Crew, where we create phenomenal travel experiences for phenomenal people. How are you doing this evening? So glad that you're tuning in. We made it through another week, y'all. We Time is really passing by. I mean, well, we're at the towards the end of 2022, and honestly, sometimes it feels like we're still in 2020. I don't know. Time is passing. I hope you had a great week. Tomorrow's another end of a week. If you work the traditional 5-day week, if not, keep going. Whatever. We just keep passing time. I'm so glad you're tuning in. You may be tuning in from our Facebook business page, The Travel Crew, or maybe you're tuning in from our YouTube channel. Please check out our YouTube channel and subscribe. We appreciate the support. Or maybe you're tuning in from our Facebook group, the Travel Talk Facebook group, which even if you aren't tuning in from there, please come on in. You can join it. If you're on Facebook, come be a part of our group. I say it every week, but I'll keep saying if you're going to tune in from the Facebook group, you will see right now in this live broadcast a link that you can go ahead and click and register your name. That way, your name appears whenever you leave a comment or question or anything like that. If not, what I'm going to see on my screen just says Facebook user, so I'm not going to know who's talking to me. Okay. Again, just want to say thank you and welcome. If you're out there, go ahead, leave a comment in the comment section. I see you pouring in. I appreciate it. You just go ahead and tell me hello. Tell me how your week is doing. And if you got some travel coming up, let me know that. I would love to hear it. So I'm so happy that you're tuning in, supporting me tonight. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about some travel news. And if you have some exciting travel news that you want to share, feel free to put it in the comments and let's talk about it. So I'm just going to go over some highlights that have been going on lately. Give your feedback, ask your questions or anything. It's just some exciting news in the travel industry, at least exciting for me. Hopefully, it's exciting for you. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm Tabitha with the Travel Crew, and we are going to be talking about travel news tonight. Let's see, I am getting a comment. Oh, we got Sandra tuning in all the way from Alabama. Hey, Sandra. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, guys, like I said, if you want to appreciate the shout outs, if you want to tell me hello or anything, you have a question, go ahead and put it in the comment section. We got Tasha. Hey, girl. Thank you for tuning in. All right. So let's start off with the news. So I did my research, got some notes, things I just been seeing, things I heard about and stuff, looked into. We might not touch all of them tonight, and it's fine. But let me start off with the first one. So let's start off with some Black girl magic. I think that's a good thing to start off. And I have two stories that kind of fall under that. So I don't know if y'all heard, but did you guys hear what American Airlines did to celebrate Bessie Coleman? Now, if you don't know who Bessie Coleman is, Bessie Coleman was the first Black woman to earn her pilot's license. Kudos for that one. And to honor her, American Airlines had an all Black flight, I guess you could say, all the way from the crew to the cargo to the gate agents. Everybody associated from this flight that went from Dallas Fort Worth to Phoenix, and it was 36 staff members, were all Black females. The pilots, the flight attendant, the people on the ground, the cargo, everybody, the gate attendants, every air traffic controllers, everyone was a Black female. Is that not cool? I smiled when I read that story. So it's never been done, and they did it especially to honor Bessie Coleman. So I think that's pretty cool. 36 people, y'all. That's how many staff members they had involved with this. Okay, 36. And I don't know about you, I have never, not even just Black women, I have never been on a flight with just all Black staff. So to get all Black women, and I read that less than 1% or around 1% of all pilots are Black women. So for American Airlines to do this, I think that was pretty cool. Let me know what you think about that. Put that in the comment section because I thought that was pretty good. So kudos to American Airlines for doing that one. Another one, since we're gonna stick with Black Girl Magic for right now. If you're headed to New York, and it doesn't have to be anytime soon because this is going to be a permanent thing. But if you're headed to New York, in Harlem, they've renamed a street in honor of the great legendary actress Cicely Tyson. So Cicely Tyson is being honored. It's on East 101st Street between 3rd and Lexington Avenue. Uh, I think that's a great honor as well. Cicely Tyson was just an amazing actress. And so I just thought that was pretty nice. So that's my Black Girl Magic news. Like I said, put something in the comments if you like what you're hearing, or if you even if you've heard something else, go ahead. All right. So let's move on to some other things. So we took care of the Black Girl Magic. And now let's move on to some things that are probably could affect you as far as flights are concerned. I know you all like to hear about that. You want the latest flight news, and I'm here with some of it. Oh, wait, we got a comment. Let me see what's going on. Oh, Tasha's going to New York in December. All right, girl. We'll check that out. Take a picture. Take a picture of Cicely Tyson's street. And have fun in New York. That's a good spot to be. I enjoyed myself in New York. All right, so let's see. I got little. Let's get you. You know what? I'm always getting on you guys about your passport. So let's start off with passport news. So I don't know if you've ever had to renew your passport or whatever for those that had a passport. And if you don't have your passport yet, you know I'm going to get on you. You need to apply for it. So anyway, when you renew your passport, typically you have to turn your existing passport in. So it's like you have to time it perfectly that you're not going to need your passport for a while. Well, the State Department came out. They are launching this little pilot program where you can renew your passport online, and they're phasing it out. It's not just open to everyone. And they announced it, and what's so funny is basically people broke the internet, and now the site's not working. So you can't even sign up to be in that little testing phase. I saw it, I think, earlier this week, and then today I just went to look. I was going to go get the actual website address for you guys and stuff, and it had already been shut down temporarily because of the high demand. They said it was technical issues, so that's pretty good. I see people are on it. So I would say keep paying attention to travel.state.gov, and hopefully they'll get everything going and worked out and stuff. But that's something to look forward to on the horizon, is that the government actually is looking into just being able to renew your passport online. That's a good thing, because that is just going to be so much more convenient, than as opposed to trying to figure out when's the best time to renew it. You're coming back from one place and you got to go somewhere else, but you got to hurry up and turn in your passport, that kind of thing. So I thought that was a pretty good thing, but it is funny that so many people jumped on it that they broke the internet. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and check this off so I can know that I've talked about everything. Okay, so now let's move on to airlines. Now, this one is probably not going to directly affect all of you, but this is something that once this starts, you're going to see the trickle down effect. Because what happens with airlines, when one airline does something and it's successful, other airlines start picking up on it and it becomes a trend. So Qantas Airlines, which is based in Australia, and some of you that are in the group saw me share this information, share this news. What they have done is they now will offer you the opportunity to purchase the seat next to you if that seat's available. So if I think they do it 48 hours before you head out on the flight, if that seat has not been purchased, you have the opportunity to go ahead and purchase it for as low as $20. So the range I see in US dollars is $20 to $30. Now, some of you may be like, well, if it's already empty, why do I buy it? Well, if somebody purchases economy seats, that seat has not been assigned yet. So when it's time, the day of the flight and everybody's checking in, those empty seats, that's when those people get assigned. So even though it may have been empty 48 hours prior to departure, by the time the flight day comes, that seat could be occupied. So if you just want that free space to yourself, Qantas Airlines is saying, hey, for a few bucks more, we can go ahead and give you the seat. Now, I appreciate that, because I think airlines just got you too squunched up and stuff sometimes. And so I think that's a game changer. I really do. If it's successful, you're going to see it. It'll probably happen internationally before it gets to us. You never know. But I just think that's something that we need to, be looking out for and stuff. That kind of change, that's something I would definitely take advantage of. Let me know if you would do that, because I definitely would do it. Andrea says, I love the idea of purchasing the seat next to me for $20, right? That's what I'm saying. Because y'all know y'all been on that flight, and I remember I wasn't even sitting. This guy, it's not my fault. He was really, really tall, but he kept stretching his feet under my seat. So it's like our legs were touching. It was really making me uncomfortable. And he would just keep stretching his foot out, like trying to push me out the way. I'm sorry that you're so tall, but you should have gotten another seat or something and stop trying to inconvenience me. And it is. Sometimes you just like, you just want to relax and stuff. And you think like, man, if I had that seat next to me, open, like it would just be just 10 times more of an enjoyable experience. Tasha said, I hear that for sure. Yes. Andrew said, extra space for hips, right? Help the thick chicks. I'm with you on that. And I read this article, y'all. At first, I wasn't going to say it, but now this made me think of it. Let's see, I'm going to say it sound very PC. A guy was complaining that a person that he flew next to had an excessive case of flatulence. And so he kept getting the draft of it. So, yeah, that would have been good to purchase that extra seat just to get away from that. But that's another story. But anyway, that's something to look out for. So hopefully that's a success with Qantas Airlines, and we'll see other airlines pick up on it. I would really like to see that trend. All right, staying with airlines. Now let's move on to Emirates. Now, if you're not familiar with Emirates, Emirates is the official airline for Dubai. So, you're flying, you have to, you catch Emirates. I think there's one other, but I can't remember the airline. But basically, if you're going to Dubai, you're going to catch an Emirates flight for the most part. And they announced news that they've partnered with United Airlines to have a one ticket flight. So in other words, instead of you flying to whatever departure airport for Emirates, whether it was JFK, LAX, Houston, that kind of thing, United Airlines, you would just book one ticket with, in other words, you had to fly. Let me see how I'm going to put it. I flew to New York and then on one airline and then switched to Emirates and flew from New York to Dubai. For this, you could just purchase one ticket through United Airlines, and they partner with Emirates, and it's just so for the convenience. So you're not having to book these separate flights and everything. Bam, you're just getting it all on one ticket. So that just brings out a convenience and stuff to know that Emirates is partnering with a U.S. airline, because they haven't really, they have partnerships, but to just go ahead and establish with a major U.S. airline, that's a big game changer. And I know some of you guys know that we are headed to Dubai. That's an upcoming trip. So that's just a good little thing. I like that information as well. Let's see. Andrea said Emirates is very nice. They do have a standard. I mean, their flight attendants, their flight attendants demand people were rushing to take their pictures. That's how popular their flight attendants are. So I'm gonna be honest. I know people will disagree with me. I wasn't super impressed. I know everybody says it. I could just have been on a bad flight. I can't lie. The people I was sitting next to coming back, it was horrible. And it was a bad experience. So that may have put a sour taste in my mouth. But I of course, I'm going to give them another try because you got to get into Dubai somehow. But anyway, I'm not trying to knock Emirates. Everybody loves Emirates. I'm willing to try it again and stuff, but that's some news. And sticking with that, Emirates, one thing people know is like the business class and the first class is out this world. If you don't know, Emirates still does the double decker planes that nobody does hardly anymore. They have that, and the just really the first class and business class is just all high end. Well, Emirates is now going to start offering on some of its flights. They're testing it out on some of the flights, and of course, like I said, it becomes a trend if it works well. Where they're going to start offering premium economy. Now, premium economy is being offered on other airlines, but for Emirates to do it, that's a big thing because, like I said, they've had like real elaborate first class, business class, and then it's their economy seating. But to have like a in between level, so not business class, but not standard economy, it's an Emirates premium economy. That's what they call it, and so they're testing that out. So that's just another option because business class is a big jump in price and stuff. So that's just something to consider. So maybe you're not ready or you don't have the and that's fine. You don't have the funds for business class. You don't have the funds for business class, but maybe you would like a little something. So to know that there's an option that you could do a little step up for an international flight, and we talking 15 hours and stuff. You want to be comfortable. So I think that's pretty good news. So that's Emirates. Emirates is doing some changes, partnering with United, and then offering a new class of seating on some of its flights. So okay, I've seen more people have jumped in. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you just tuning in, we are talking about travel news. We've been hitting on a few things, some headlines and stuff. If you have comments and questions, please put them in the comment section. And if anybody's new out there, I'm sorry. Let me reintroduce myself. I'm Tabitha with the Travel Crew. So happy that you're joining us. And we're going to get back to the travel news. So next, we're going to stick with airlines and stuff. And let me announce. I know everybody's been wanting to know, like, what's the trend with the prices and stuff. So I'm sorry to say that for the holidays, the prices are going to go up some more. That's what the trend is. They say it's due to the lack of a shortage in staff and the high demand of the travelers. So if you are trying to travel for Thanksgiving and Christmas, now is the time to secure that ticket. Get it now because the rates are going up for flights for the holidays. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. So go ahead and do that now. I know I need to look at some things coming up. So for Thanksgiving. So if that's what you're doing, if you're looking at Thanksgiving and Christmas, be aware that the prices are expected to really jump up. And so therefore you need to be looking now at your flights and getting that in place. Okay. Now, with that being said, I know it sounds bad, but the prediction out there is that the prices will start to come down in 2023, which will be a good thing. So people are thinking the travel industry will have bounced back better by then. Also, fuel prices are going down, as you can see at the gas stations. It hasn't been tremendous, but there has been some decrease. So if you got the fuel prices going down, then flights can start going down too. So look for that. Prices are going to be going up towards the end of the year, but you will see the prices start to decrease in 2023. And that doesn't mean January the prices are going down. They're looking at it more like maybe around the summer, you'll see a decrease in the flights. So, I mean, not the best news, but still at least you have something to look out for. Alrighty. Let's see. Tasha says, I'm just excited to be getting my passport because I am ready to see as many countries as possible. All right. I'm with you on that one. Congratulations again on getting your passport. And that's good. I like that. I like to see it. So, yes, that's what you need. Go ahead. I truly support you going to see every country that you can. So, great. Awesome. I'm happy for you again for going ahead and get the passport. And like I said, now that you have the passport, look into global entry. Go ahead and just keep making your process even better. All right. So, like I said, the trend is going up in pricing for the end of the year, and then the trend for flight pricing for 2023 is going to go down, but it's not going to happen immediately. So like I said, don't look January 2023 and all the prices are going to drop. You're going to see the decline. Now, in the meantime, two airlines are having sales, and that is JetBlue and Southwest. Now, of course, they're not doing the travel around the holidays. It seems like, from what I can tell, the dates are ending like right before Thanksgiving, but they're having prices. Let's see. JetBlue had some that as low as $39, but that ends today. So if you were interested, you need to go look today. And Southwest had some for around $59. Okay, so if you were looking for flights, go ahead and jump on those sites and see what they have and check that out. In addition, what Southwest is also offering now, this is a new change, is Southwest is offering you the chance to upgrade your boarding online. So if anybody is familiar with Southwest, or if you're not familiar with Southwest, Southwest does not let you choose your seat. You don't choose your seat beforehand with Southwest. If you've never flown with Southwest before, when you check in online, what you're doing is you're getting put into a category like A, B, C. And they're going to call, and you get that category according to what time you check in. So if they say if check-in time's at 5, you want to be there at 5 to get the letter A. Not that you want to get a seat. What it does is it ensures that you can pick your seat first. So they're going to call everybody with booking group A, come to the front, and then you board the plane and you pick whatever seat you want. Front, back, middle, aisle, window, whatever. It's first come, first serve on Southwest. What they are offering now is, and what it used to be is like, let me back up. When you when you checked in online, you would have to rush. And maybe, let's say you didn't get A, you ended up in group B and C or whatever. When you got to the airport, you could actually purchase to get bumped up so that you can board earlier. Well, now, instead of you having to wait to the airport, Southwest is now offering where you can do it at home online from your computer. So that's the new thing Southwest is offering, their upgraded experience. Because, you can't upgrade your seat with Southwest because it's first come, first serve. But that's what they're doing, is they're letting you upgrade your boarding experience where you can board. Even if you couldn't check in early enough to get that early boarding time, you can now go ahead and pay for it. And you don't have to wait till the day of travel at the airport. You can do it online. So that's what we have going on with the airlines. Remember, Southwest and JetBlue are having some sales going on. And Southwest now lets you bump up your boarding experience or boarding level, whatever you want to call it, that you can now do that online instead of waiting for the airport. All right. So more people coming in. Hey, guys that are just coming in, thank you so much for tuning in. We've just been talking about travel news. If you have a question or a comment, go ahead and put it in the comment section. All right. So we've covered Black Girl Magic. We've covered a lot of airline news. So now I'm going to talk about some destination news. Just two things that I thought was interesting. One has to do with Paris. I know that we have a trip to Paris coming up. I know people that are going to London. We're headed out. The travel crew is headed to London in a few weeks, less than 2 weeks. And I know some of the people on the trip on their free day that we have on my itinerary, they're planning to go to Paris. And you may just be planning a trip to Paris, which is awesome. So there is some news, with the Eiffel Tower, nothing horrible, but a little, maybe if you had your heart set on it, you need to be aware of this. So the Eiffel Tower is one thing that it's known for is at night it's lit up, and not just turned on like flashy lights and glittery, just it's almost like a show. And people like to look at that from their hotel window or something like that to see, and not even just from your hotel, but just it's an attraction that people get used to. And it would used to go on to 1 a.m. Well, there's an energy crisis in France. And so what Paris is doing is they're asking a lot of businesses to turn off their lights after a certain hour. And the Eiffel Tower is actually going to turn off its lights at 11:45. So instead of being out there until 1 a.m., so if you had that fantasy of you and your bae on the balcony holding each other arm in arm and watching the Eiffel Tower, you just gonna have to cut it off early and go to bed early. Oh, it instead of staying on to 1 a.m., the light show or whatever you want to call it, stops at 11:45 p.m. So an hour and 15 minutes earlier. The admission closes at 10:45 p.m. and then it'll be an hour after that they'll still have the light display. So that's just something. I mean, the Eiffel Tower is still there. You just won't see the light display. And I know a lot of people get excited by that thought. I see a lot of videos online, like YouTube and stuff, and people are talking about that, and they just filming, the light show and stuff for the Eiffel Tower. Something to keep in mind. The other one is with Italy. I do know somebody that's headed to Italy actually tomorrow. And I've told you guys about this. When you go to other countries, make sure you don't take that American audacity with you. Find out what the custom is or what the rules and regulations are in Italy. So 2 incidents have happened in Italy where travelers have been fined. Excuse me. Sorry, something was on my face. I apologize. 2 travelers were fined in Italy. One was in Venice, and you may have seen this one. People did a motorized surfing or whatever down one of the canals and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know what made them do it. I guess they thought they would have some fun. I don't know if these people are from the United States. They didn't say for these particular tourists. And they got fined the equivalent of $1,500 for doing that. So I'm pretty sure they thought it was cool. I'm pretty sure they got some video coverage about, we're ready to put it all on social media and stuff, but they ended up having to pay $1,500. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, this one did happen to an American. They sat at a public fountain and ate and drank. So interesting. That is something that you're not supposed to do. They consider it defacing. That this part of Italy, you're not supposed to have public drinking is banned and public eating. And so the person actually sat on a fountain, which they shouldn't have, and ate and drank, and they were fined $500, $500 US. So that's just something to keep in mind. I wanted to point that out, that when you go to these other countries, make sure you know what is being done. And I think a good way, even if you don't know all the rules, is just to look around and see what other people are doing. If you don't see the natives doing it, then you don't do it either, because maybe it's not cool. And I mean, it might be like, oh, that's not a rule, but I think it's a safe thing to say. So I'm pretty sure Italians knew not to do that, but this particular US tourist didn't, and they got the $500 fine. Italy has made some changes, because even the Spanish Steps in Italy, I know I've seen those steps in Rome, and I didn't sit on them, but I saw tons of people sitting on them. whether they were tourists or not. And you used to, be able to sit on them. But in 2019, they stopped that. So you can't even sit on these. They are famous. It's a big attraction. You can't even sit on those steps anymore. So that's just something to, think about. Always be aware of that. And so Italy's giving giving out fines. So be cautious and stuff as you go out and travel. So guys, that is all I had on my list for the travel news. We talked about American Airlines celebrating Bessie Coleman with that all black female crew, all the way from pilots to ground staff to the gate agents and the air traffic controllers. Cicely Tyson has a street named after her in New York. Qantas Airlines is now having the opportunity to purchase a seat next to you for just like $20 to $30 more. Emirates is partnering with United Airlines to be a direct carrier with the flights to Dubai. They also have started their premium economy seating. Southwest and JetBlue have a sale going on that you want to look into. Southwest is also letting you upgrade your boarding experience. Flights are looking to go up for the holiday season. So go out now and look for your flight, get that secured. And they are expected to go down, the flight rates, in 2023, but don't expect that to start happening in January. That's just going to be a trickle down effect. And let's see, for our destinations, Paris, the lights are cutting off early for the Eiffel Tower. And in Italy, you need to watch yourself because they are giving out fines. Okay, guys? So I just want you to be ready. That's some of the travel news. If you guys have other travel news, you can put them in the comment section. But also, I want to let you know, in the Facebook group, if you come across travel news, feel free to share it. I know I share travel news that I hear about and stuff. You are more than welcome to share that in the group if you think it's something that everybody will like and it's interesting and stuff. Go ahead and share that travel news in the group. Also want to tell everybody, if you are, we do have some upcoming trips coming up. So excited. 2022 is, booked. We're heading to London in a couple of weeks, and then we're doing South Africa. For 2023, we do have our Colorado experience open, St. Lucia, Paris. I just got finished talking about Paris. We have those experiences open. We have some more on the horizon, but the best way to hear about it. So, one, you should be checking out our site. So that's the that's the URL address to go ahead, and that's all our upcoming trips. And let me pause. I did think of one more article that we talked about was the passports, and that passport renewals they're testing it out to do it online. Okay, but back to this. If you are interested in seeing what we have going on, then you need to check out the travelcrew.com /trips and take a look and see what you like. Go ahead. Everything is planned out for you. We've got it itinerary, the lodging, depending on what the trip is, the flight is included. And you deserve it. We know you're busy and everything, and all you have to do is book, pack, and go. And you're gonna be with a great group of people and stuff. So if you've been trying to get your friends to travel with you, but they don't want to go all the places that you want to go, forget it. They can come on with us. I mean, you can come on with us. We have monthly payment plans available. So that's all, just to make it more convenient for you. Spread out your payments over a monthly plan. And we have single occupancy. So if you don't have to bring somebody. And then for some of the trips, not all of the trips, there is roommate matching available, but each trip will let you know if there's a roommate. So go ahead and check out our site. And also, the best way to hear about things, because I know some people, they're like, oh, I didn't know this. And, when did this trip open? Wait, how did this happen? How did I miss this? The best way to hear about everything Travel Crew is to get on this email list. That's the site. That's the web address right there, the travelcrew.com /join crew. That's the best way to hear everything. It pops up in your inbox, and you'll get all the news and everything. In addition, you'll get some tips about travel, a newsletter, but that's the best way to hear about anything that's popping up. Get on the email list. So strongly, strongly, strongly encourage you to get on the email list. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. She says, you do a great job. I am so happy I joined this group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. Sandra is going to London. So thank you so much. All right, guys. So I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate you tuning in every week. I appreciate you guys commenting, supporting. I get replies to the emails, messages. I love it. Keep them coming. I'm glad I'm doing something that you like. To those that aren't in the Facebook group, come on, join the Facebook group. To those that are in the group, let's just keep it going. Feel free to share your questions. You got pictures from your trips and everything. This is your community to go ahead, ask your questions or whatever. We got it. Continue to support the travel crew. Like I said, we have a Facebook page, we have a Facebook group, and we do have a YouTube channel that we're trying to grow. So look for the travel crew on YouTube, and you can go ahead and subscribe, and greatly appreciate that. So we're going to close it out. I want everybody to have a great weekend, have a safe weekend, and I will see you next week.